Hello and welcome. This is Jeff Neville for Selective Imagery. Well, today this is another interesting video, or at least I hope you think so, titled Shrimpfest 2022. And no, I'm not doing a commercial for Red Lobster. Some of you may get that joke, some of you may not. I hope if you like the video, you give me a like, subscribe, share with your friends, and please make some comments. I certainly don't mind comments. And if it's on the negative side, well, that's all right, as long as you don't get mean about it. I can handle it. But give me ideas. Now, Shrimpfest can be a dangerous place for photographers. I know, I'm joking, right? Well, sometimes we never find them. We find what they left behind. Lots of times it ends up being a hat. Let's just say it can get pretty rough out there. You just never know. Now in this first video clip, you're just going to see all these birds just eating shrimp after shrimp after shrimp. It is absolutely crazy. Now, there is some behavior that you're going to find interesting, or basically the differences in how two specific bird species handle eating shrimp. The tri-colored heron that you see attempting to eat this shrimp right now, who did a pretty good job, probably the best that you'll see the whole time. Well, maybe not. It's still not in his mouth yet. They drop the shrimp like crazy. It's almost like they just don't know how to handle them. The Snowy Egrets, on the other hand, they tenderize them a little bit, but they wolf them down pretty quick. And the Snowies are the much more aggressive bird of the two. So if a tri-colored heron is taking too long to eat that fish, believe me, a Snowy Egret will try to take the fish or a shrimp away from it, because it's like, if you're not going to eat it, I'm going to eat it, and I'm going to take it from you. Now, Snowies will go after other Snowies. See how the hair's raised up on that one? He thought for a second he was going to go after that shrimp that the tri-colored heron in the foreground has in its mouth. And a Snowy to the right has a shrimp in the mouth as well. This was just a crazy day. And basically, you have this body of water, you have oyster banks on each side, so there's going to be the most birds were on the right-hand side, but there were a handful of birds on the left-hand side that were also getting shrimp. There was no shortage of shrimp, and I don't think I saw any birds eating fish at all. It was Shrimp Day, therefore the name Shrimpfest 2022. But just pay close attention when you see a tri-colored heron with the shrimp, and just observe how hard a time that they have with it. I mean, they drop it so many times, and sometimes they drop it and give up. And other times they drop it, and a Snowy is more than happy to just, scoop it up, go on in there and grab it and take it for themselves. I mean, even though the birds are almost similar in size, I mean, the Snowies are probably slightly bigger. You have the thicker necks. Here's a few still photographs of the tri-colored heron with a shrimp. Then here's a group lined up, and the two Snowies, the one in the foreground and the one to the far upper left, have a shrimp, and the tri-colors do not. And here the tricolor has it by the antenna and loses it, drops it in the mud. I mean, this is almost standard procedure of clumsiness. Now here we are on the left-hand side with another video clip. And unfortunately, my positioning is such where I don't have the best angle. This Snowy's gonna take this shrimp down, and I'm gonna pan over to the right and see what's going on over here. There you go, tricolor, dropped it right away. There, drop number 2. Drop number 3. Pretty soon, buddy, you're going to be out of luck. Drop number 4. Give me a break. I guess there's number 5, and looks like he gave up on it. Maybe they got to put a label on the shrimp that says slippery when wet. Okay, he grabbed it again. And I'm moving on, searching for other hunters here. You can see the shrimp jumping out of the water. There's one that just jumped on the corner of the oyster bed there. Here's a blue heron. Is the only one in the bunch of that species. And the hair does get up on these snowies when they get agitated or they want what you have. That hair will go up and they just want to go at you. Here the tricolor is going to try to, walk away from the group. Figures that might be the only way he or she has a chance to actually eat anything. Once again, it just has its hands full, or I should say bill full. These guys are all lined up like the offensive line of a football team. Unfortunately, there's no defensive line, so the offense can do whatever it wants. Just keep getting those shrimp one after another after another. I mean, I've seen, the birds get shrimp before, and I'm talking, maybe there's 1 or 2 that are in this area taking advantage of the shrimp kind of getting trapped when the tide has gone out. But this is the first time I've seen this many basically all gathered around one place. And it's basically an all-you-can-eat buffet, but unfortunately the only thing on the menu is the shrimp. The tricolor in the middle has a shrimp. We'll see what he plans to do. Well, there he goes. He dropped it. Snowy got it, and the Snowy's going to walk off with it. That's probably why they're a little bit smaller than the Snowies, because they drop their food too much. So there's the one that stole it. He just gobbled it down. Took him a little while though. But as soon as you turn around, there's another one that has a meal. It's really pretty amazing. I realize this video is a bit long, but for many of you, you probably never get an opportunity to see something like this, so I'm kind of letting it run. Yeah, there's your Snowy lineup. Put football jerseys on them. This was a relatively good day. I mean, it was a bit overcast, and what I'm finding that I like is what I'm going to start doing now, providing that there's something video worthy, is if it's overcast. Now here's the other side. I told you there's a few birds over here getting shrimp. Is when it's overcast, I'm going to take advantage of that and you know, film video. Because some of the stills, what looks good in video, like I said, lots of times is ISO 10,000 or pretty high with the stills. So it's like, okay, I'll shoot the video when that works out. I mean, you don't have to use an ND filter on your lens, and I haven't really had to do that. I mean, I'm usually done or out of here before the sun gets too harsh, typically. I mean, if I'm there at 6:30 in the morning and the sunrise is, let's just use an example, at 7 o'clock, you know, I'm out of there 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock latest, depending on the activity. So like that first hour seems to be conducive to doing the video if there's something worth filming. And then after that hour, the sun is decent enough where you can take still photographs and, you know, be shooting at, depending on your shutter speed that you need, you know, shooting at ISO 2000 or less. And that's it for the video. So now I'm going to show you some other things that were going on that have not as much to do with food. There were some spoonbills landing in the reeds and taking off from the reeds. And by now, I think everybody knows how much I like spoonbills. Pretty much like everything, actually, but there's only a few birds that I don't particularly enjoy. There's a pair of them in the sky. And I like, to me, my favorite clouds are blue skies with white clouds. And if a few of the clouds have a little gray in them, that's okay too. And here's a yellow-crowned night heron who has a crab, fiddler crab, their favorite food. And an ibis doing a flyby. And there's been plenty of gulls, predominantly laughing gulls that are in different colorations. They're in their winter plumage now, so they don't have the black heads. The black heads are during mating season. Here's a grackle who's wondering what's flying towards it. And wouldn't you know, it's a gull with a shrimp. They get in on the action as well, and they eat shrimp as well, not just fish. And of course, it seems like when they want to rest, they all want to be in the same area. They like the railing along the walkway near the nature center. And this is at the very end where you have it's more like a small deck where you can walk a little bit. You're not just walking straight out at the end. You know, you have a fair amount of distance left to right. And here they are all, you know, a small grouping gathered as I walk away. And on my last picture on the way out, I find my semi-palmated plover surrounded by snails. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, enjoy life, capture some of it.